a little bit, but I know it has to go with music. It's not just words.
Well, Kyle, it's easier than you think, and I think I can definitely help you with that. You ready to go?
Let's get started.
All right. So
We're going to start in terms of storytelling. Is that kind of the direction with the lyrics we want to go?
we can either tell a story or we can just express our feelings. Both of them are valid, and I think we should clarify because I'm wearing this shirt, and now I've got this bolo tie, which I'm not sure goes with. Oh, that doesn't fit either. Hold on. Oh, you gotta unclip it, and then you.
Well, I wore Aggie colors because I was thinking maybe if we're going to write a country song, we could.
Yeah, I think we do look like
A&M.
a country duo. Yeah. So here, let me grab my guitar and we'll get started.
Although I didn't go to Texas A&M, I'm a Kentucky graduate.
And there you go.
And Kentucky, I grew up along the country music highway.
Yeah, and I'm a country boy, tried and true, from deep in the heart of Katy, Texas.
All right.
Went to school in the great country school of Tufts University in Boston, so I know a thing or two about country, I think. But yeah, so what do we want to do?
I think a good experience that I had that we could get a lot of feelings out and have fun with is the experience I had coming back from the laundromat.
From the
during
laundromat.
show.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I was getting back so I could get back for the dance party in the studio, and there was a long train to the left, if you remember, Ryan. Do you remember that long train to the left?
I do
spoke
remember
about?
that long train to the left, and now that you say it, I can already hear it. Let's see. Maybe something like this. So, good song, we need a chorus that's catchy that you can repeat but is simple, and then you can express your feelings in more depth during the verses. So let's see if I can whip up a little tune for that.
Okay.
It's it's a long train to the left
That's got me feeling really effed.
It's a long train to the left. All right, that's a good start. That's a good chorus. Let's see if we can remember it and repeat it.
Right.
It's a long, long, long train to the left.
That's got me feeling really effed.
It's a long train to the left. All right, so we need to express our feelings in more depth now, so let's go to the verses. All right, what do you got?
I was thinking maybe something, keep it kind of simple.
Yeah.
I was stuck at a railroad crossing, so I was feeling stuck, like I had my boots in the muck.
Okay. Now, it doesn't have to rhyme. It helps if it rhymes, but the most important thing is to tell a story and express yourself.
Okay.
So why don't you grab that mic and give it a try.
Those flashing lights at the railroad crossing had me feeling bad. I never thought I'd get through. I was just feeling mad. And it's a long, long, long train to the left. It had me feeling really effed.
That's right.
Long train to the left. While I was a sitting there, all I knew was I'd be there when I got through that. I was now.
All right, now give me a verse.
Long, 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 long train to the left. It had me feeling really effed. Long train to the left.
Woo! Feel that passion.
I think we got to work on the verses a little bit.
Howdy, folks.
Hi. Is the blanket for Elijah?
Sure, let's go with that.
Right. And that was the most obtuse beginning to the show we've ever had.
Indeed.
Ooh. But I am appreciative of the tones that we're hearing from the speakers today. It's been a weird week. Not even a weird week. It's been a bad week. I'm going to go ahead and call this last week, terrible. Everything that happened in the news, terrible. Everything that happened around me, well, not all of it terrible, but most of it terrible. Enough to compound to make me sort of not look back on the week fondly.
Indeed. It has not been fun, but one bright thing happened.
Oh yeah?
In this country of ours that I think we should be thankful for. Big Ray turned 1 year older. Now, for the folks at home, Big Ray may not be someone you know, but he's someone you should know.
Someone you will know.
Someone you will know. My girlfriend Leslie, her father, is affectionately nicknamed Big Ray. Now, we can't tell you what his real name is.
Nor do we want to.
Nor does he want you to. He needs his privacy, and we absolutely respect that.
Plus, we really don't know the man. It would be kind of weird to use his real name on the air like we had the right.
That's true. But he's a man worth celebrating. He's 1 year older as of yesterday. And last week on the show, at the end of the episode, we drew from a hat the idea to throw someone a party. And it was suggested to us that this party be in honor of Big Ray.
Well, let me chip in here. As soon as I put out the offer and extending the invitation, Leslie jumped on the opportunity, said, "You need to throw a party for Big Ray. It's his birthday." And then she listed off his 3 favorite things, which were brewing beer, drinking whiskey, and shooting guns. And I said, you know what? That's as good a reason as any to throw a party for a man. And it's his birthday to boot. So we've got kind of all of those things, minus the beer and the whiskey. I did some of that beforehand, but not enough to make it affect my performance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I brewed some beer, but I didn't brew enough beer to affect my performance. I don't smell like beer.
No.
I don't reek of malt syrups.
Not that I can tell.
Or yeast. And you cannot smell fermenting wort on me.
No.
But I did partake in some beer brewing. If anyone, astute viewers of the show will remember that I used to make an awful wine called pajama juice. Did not make any of that.
No.
The tunes you're hearing tonight provided by the one and only Angel in the studio, in the control room. Thank you, Angel.
It's delightful. I like it.
So what kind of, we're talking about Big Ray here, and we said he is Leslie's father.
Uh-huh.
And a gentleman known far and wide for his love of beer, brewing beer, whiskey, and guns, or just known in the family.
Well, sure. There's a few more things to be said about him, too. But before we get to any of that, I think it's important to note that if you know Big Ray and you have some stories you'd like to share about him, call 713-807-1794. And if you are Big Ray, we absolutely would love to hear from you so that we can wish you a happy birthday and so you can scold us for being silly on television in your honor. And again, that number is 713-807-1794. We really would love to hear from you.
Yeah, Big Ray, if you're out there, I've heard secondhand a few of your reviews of the show. They're quite entertaining to me. I believe you called the show he called the show, I think, at one point very confusing.
Indeed.
And wondered, I think specifically something about me in a gorilla suit. Didn't get it at all.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I don't remember what exactly he's referencing. I've been in a gorilla suit numerous times, but you know, I don't think I think he, like a lot of people, when he watches the show, is like, "What's going on? I'm gonna watch something else," or I'm just gonna talk to them later about it. Like, why did you do that? And I would just say, I don't know. Yeah. Like most of what we do on the show, I don't know.
Indeed. Well, we do have a few things planned for you tonight. For Big Ray, and you already saw the first thing that was our little tribute to country music, where Kyle and I improvised a country song based on our previous experiences. And Big Ray's a big lover of country music, but not just any country music. I think we can agree the good old country music, the kind of country music where you just have to say the first name of the artist and you know exactly who you're talking about, right? Like
a Towns?
Like a Towns, or a Willie, or a Hank,
or a Garth,
or a Merle,
or a
Waylon,
or a Carly Rae Jepsen,
or an Emmy Lou,
Patsy,
yeah, Patsy. There's another one. Dolly, Garth, yeah.
Florida, Georgia,
yeah. So all of these, so you know exactly the good old country, and so we tried to do a little tribute. I say,
you know what's
pretty good.
What's Big Ray's favorite type of TV show to watch? Let's recreate that a little bit,
well, I can tell you this much: the most recent thing Big Ray has enjoyed on television is The Young Pope.
Let's do a scene from The Young Pope. You play the Young Pope. I will play someone who's asking the Pope for a favor.
Absolutely.
I'll enter the scene.
Oh, you're entering the scene.
Well, you're the Pope.
Can't the Pope walk into a room? Oh, well.
I get an audience with the Pope. All right. Hey, young Pope, stop checking your dang smartphone and listen to me.
What is it, my son? My brash, loud son.
Look, you're the young Pope, right?
I am young, and last time I checked, I am a Pope.
Well, look, check it. I'm a year older than you, which means I could beat you up, which means I don't have to listen to you. You've created a Catholic crisis.
Now, my son, just because I'm younger doesn't mean you can beat me up. In fact, as far as I know, I'm fairly fit and trained in the martial arts.
Well, yeah. Well, young Pope, I'm not afraid of you. I'm taller than you, and my brother's bigger than you. We could both push you around, young Pope. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like them's fighting words. Pupsha! Hoo-ha! Take that! And many more popings to come if you stand up against me, for I am the young Pope, and I am able to beat people up because that's how this works on HBO. And scene.
So, wait, there actually is a show called Young Pope?
There is a show called Young Pope, and it stars Jude Law, and he's a Pope that's young.
All right, Big Ray, if you're out there and want to talk about Young Pope, 713-807-1794. If you've watched Young Pope and want to tell me how great I was in that scene or how great Ryan was as the Young Pope, 1794-807-713. That's the number backwards. We don't do that a lot.
We've never done that.
As a matter of fact, we don't do that for a very good reason, because that's not technically backwards. It should be 4971-708-317.
Call that number that he just said backwards.
Call in if you have any idea as to what else is going on today that's positive. You know who else is celebrating a birthday?
Who's that?
One of our very own. She's not here because she was so excited about Royal Rumble. She had to go. But, and I don't want to put too much of her business out there, but around this time, Stephanie had a birthday, and we've also got something special. It's tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, hot dang. We've got a special surprise. We're going to be hosting our very own Royal Thumble. Yeah! We got fog machines and strobe lights, and it's like 2 thumbs enter, no thumbs leave.
Ever?
No.
Oh,
It's mutually assured thumb destruction.
that's a pretty big commitment,
Yeah.
but I'm excited to see it play out.
You know, I have a question about Big Ray.
Yes.
So, we've talked a little bit about what his likes. We haven't really talked a lot about his dislikes, but apparently we have a sponsor this week.
We
That's
do have
gonna
a sponsor.
address that, so I don't really want to talk about that. What I'm curious about:
Yes.
can you give a physical description of the man, such that we don't reveal too much of what he looks like, just in case he is a stalker, but like give the audience a picture of what they're seeing or what they should be thinking of.
Well, Big Ray is the kind of man who is confident. Oh, we've got a phone call.
All
Caller,
right, we're
you
gonna leave
are
that at
on
confident, and I'll-
the air. Caller, we're listening.
Hey, this is Big Ray.
Hey, Big Ray, thanks for calling in. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Big Ray!
Big Ray, the man of the hour.
Man himself, happy birthday. I'm sorry I couldn't be there.
I wanted to make a clarification.
Absolutely.
Okay.
On the young Pope, the Pope doesn't have to fight anyone.
He doesn't.
Remember, he's got a detachment of Swiss guards from the Swiss military.
Oh.
That's very true. I didn't think about
So
that.
you got to lay a hand on him, and you're in trouble.
Oh, absolutely. So it's a good show. You
I would say controversial would be
Controversial.
a better description of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mixed opinions. Ray, do you have anything to contribute for us? Anything you'd like to say on your own behalf?
Well, I just told you about the Swiss guards, so you could clarify that issue. I think that's pretty good.
Big Ray, may I, if I may, should we redo the scene to incorporate the Swiss guards? Would you like that?
That'll be fine.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
Okay. All right, here we go. You're witness to it. We'll get back to you in a second.
All right.
Here we go.
Hey, young Pope, get off your stupid phone.
Guards, have this man taken away.
No. Ah!
So as you can see, that scene was much shorter with less drama.
Yeah, Big Ray, I don't like to be a stickler for historical realism, but Ryan's got a point. The scene was a lot shorter.
You'd have to do a little bit more improvisation, I guess.
Well, I mean, he immediately called for the Swiss guards. He could have heard me out and see what my issue was. You know, maybe I could have just been a rude... Because everyone gets an audience with the Pope. I could have just been rude about it.
It did feel threatened, though.
Oh, that's a good point. I say, get off your dang phone, young Pope.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pope wasn't smoking a cigarette. You know he'd be smoking a cigarette.
Ah, I forgot
Okay.
about the cigarette. Oh, let's try it again.
All right, let's do this
All
again.
right, I've got my cigarette now.
Okay. Hey, Pope, quit smoking that dang cigarette.
Nobody touches my cigarettes. Guard, have him take them
No!
away.
Ah, ah, ah,
So there we go. With the cigarette this time.
At least you're historically more correct.
ah. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
What about the phone? Which Pope is it, and did he have access to a smartphone?
I don't think I've seen him with a smartphone yet. He
Okay.
may have one.
I don't think it... Which Pope was it?
He's supposed to be Pius the 13th.
Pius the 13th. Yeah, Pius the 13th, I don't know anything about.
So
because
anything pre Benedict is probably not going to have too many smartphones in it. Though.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, the Catholic Church didn't have smartphones until the rest of us did. Big Ray, what do you like to do on your birthday?
Good question.
I had an enjoyable afternoon. We went over to B52 and drank a beer and met some friends. Had a good time.
Yeah, local brewery, supporting the local business, getting a taste for your own batches of beer coming up. What are you planning on brewing next?
I want to brew a Pilsner.
A Pilsner.
Well,
Yeah.
it is.
So I'm going to have to be able to lager the beer. So
We are approaching Pilsner
trying to
season.
eat out the deep freeze so we can have a spot to lager with.
Now, Big Ray, I am a bit of a homebrewer myself. What are you using to lager your beer?
Going to use a deep freeze. We put a control on that will hold the beer between 40 and 45 degrees while it's fermenting
How
because
many-
of the yeast.
If I may ask, what's your capacity? How much?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't cleaned out the freezer yet, but that's the next thing is get the freezer cleaned out.
Okay, yeah. We always would. My dad and I would always brew ales because we didn't have to lager them, and then we could just make them outside, and we just let all of nature get into the beer, and that would be the taste of nature beer, and it made my dad very sick.
Well, the porters and the ales can take a little bit more heat than the lager can. So that's
true.
your difference. You have to have a more controlled process for lager.
Yeah.
Because the yeast you're using.
Mm-hmm. Well, the yeast in a lager are pretty particular. They're like a specific temperature, and they need a long time. An ale yeast is a lot hardier, less complex organism.
You're exactly right.
Thank you. You know what? An expert telling me I know what's going on makes me feel good.
I don't know if I'm an expert or not.
Well, you were able to have an extended conversation with me about beer brewing on TV, and I don't know how many people could do that.
Fair enough.
All right.
I think this has probably been the most informational phone call we've ever had on the history of the show.
This is the longest sustained phone call we've ever had without interrupting anybody. We're listening.
I think I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of your show.
Oh,
Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. It's great to hear from you. Is there anything else you'd like to say before you sign off?
Take care and never let Ryan have your rifle. He'll jerk the bolt completely out of it.
Oh, I won't, sir. I know that already. He joked the Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
It took 30 minutes to put the bolt back in the gun.
It did indeed. It did indeed.
Wow.
Although, if I remember correctly, Ray once had a similar mishap himself at a range. So.
Yes,
That
I
reminds me, Ray. I have one question I want to ask you. I don't want to keep you too long. So Leslie told me one time you ripped up your pants to get out of going to church, and I want to hear that story. Would you mind telling me that story?
Yeah, it's like when I was 5, 6 years old, my mother bought this real pretty tweed wool suit, and it itched. So I took a pair of scissors from Sunday school and cut me an air hole. I invented those pants.
Yes.
Mother was not very happy. And that's the wool pants story.
That's a great story.
Well, Big Ray, it was an absolute delight talking to you. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for watching the show all those times you did. I know it was interesting for you.
Yes, it was.
Hey, at least we're interesting.
That's true.
All right, man.
Happy birthday. Thanks for calling. I'm sure I'm going to see you soon.
All right, you're more than welcome.
Bye, Big
Okay.
Ray. Wow, we got Big Ray.
Absolutely. The man himself, called into the show. And folks at home, if you're watching, there's more stories than that. You heard one. You heard about his expertise. You heard his sense of humor. So that's just a little taste of Big Ray. So we're going to keep celebrating his birthday. And he shamed me about the rifle, and I think we're going to see a little bit more of that later on.
You're going to rip the bolt out of a rifle later. I can
Yes,
see that.
I think that's going to happen.
Well, in the absence of anything else to do, I'd like to do another scene with Young Pope. But this time I'd like Young Pope to speak in a very soft whisper.
Okay.
And be really obsessed with the Cubs AAA franchise in Des Moines.
Okay.
So he's a real big iCubs fan, the Iowa Cubs.
Iowa Cubs.
So smoking a cigarette, reading something about Iowa Cubs.
I wonder if the Cubs are going to win the pennant this year.
Hey, Young Pope, quit reading about the Iowa Cubs. Read about the real Cubs who won the World Series.
I don't have to read about those Cubs. I can read about my own Cubs.
You know what? Stop smoking.
You just whipped the paper out of my hand, but the cigarette's still here.
I'm
so-
not very well coordinated. Where are your guards? I expected to be hauled away at this point. Now my anger is subsiding.
They're around, but I haven't felt the need to call them. I feel pretty calm.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
I guess want to sit down for my audience with the Young Pope.
Please do. So tell me a little bit more about your obsession with the other Cubs.
Well, they're from a bigger city,
Uh-huh.
and they did win a World Series this year.
They did.
I just thought that you would care or be excited about that because the AAA affiliate was a big part of that, probably.
That's true. Well, I'm a young Pope, so I care more about the underdogs than entrenched franchises who have long histories.
Ah, well, I suppose that's fair. I mean, everyone gets their own thing, you know. But I guess I expected something else out of you. I don't know.
Tell me, my son, why do you care so much about winning?
Well, you're supposed to win. It's what the Catholic Church is like. Win, win, win. Look at us and all our money.
Now, son, you know that's not true, and it's not always just about winning.
Okay.
Because winning speaks to some of the greatest sins a man can commit.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So
indeed.
you're saying that winning is the heart of all the current evil in the world, and the obsession with besting yourself above other people, elevating yourself above other people, has caused immeasurable strife and unredeemable divide.
I think you're starting to get it, my son.
You know, I'm older than you, and
You are, but I'm the Pope, so I still get to call you my son.
Well, normally
Because we're all children of God, and
so why not just call me my child?
sure. Would you prefer it if I called you sweet child of mine?
I would love that. That
Okay,
makes you
sweet
hip.
child of mine. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss with me, the young Pope?
Are you gonna step back a little bit on the premarital sex?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I thought a young pope would have been cool.
I
Anyway.
am still the Pope after all.
This has been the end of the ultimate culmination of that bit.
Indeed.
We'll come back to it later if one of us has an idea.
That's right.
Anyway, I guess
And
we got
scene.
We got scene. That was the scene. Even that little coda at the end.
Indeed.
Well, apparently we got music next.
Yeah,
That's what the screen says.
absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Police state, police state, police state, police state. I see you running, I see you running, I see you running. You can't hide from me. I see you running, I see you running, I see you running. You can't hide from me. As far as I know, yeah. Everyone seems wrong. Yeah. A couple of shots. Yeah. Going to your fire. Yeah. But my mother hasn't called. Yeah. So everything must be alright. Yeah. Let it all go now. I'll let this one slide away. Welcome to the police state. You're on your own side. You're on your own Even side. Though you're on time. When you're on time. You're still wrong. Welcome to the police state. You're on your own side. You're on your own Even side. Though you're on time. When you're on You're still wrong. I see you running. I see you running. I see you running. You can't hide from me. I see you running. I see you running. I see you running. You can't hide from me. As far as I know, everyone seems wrong. Heard a couple of shots, and I'm running to your fight. Now won't you stop and go slow? You're being watched now. We're in control now. Now, mummified memory. Such a hypocrisy. Welcome to the police state. You're on your own side. You're on your own Even side. Though you're on time. You're on You're still wrong. Welcome to the police state. You're on your own side. You're on your own Even side. Though you're state. This is the police state. This is the police state. This is the police state. Yeah. This is the police state. This is the police.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, Ryan, but I got these cool shades on as a result of our
Indeed.
sponsor this week, Big Ray's Death Ray Bands.
Big Ray's Death Ray bands.
They're pretty sweet.
Now they're glasses. Sunglasses.
They are and they aren't, you know?
Okay, what's so special about them?
Well, here's what's so special about them. First of all, I'm wearing them. Thank you.
You're not welcome.
Anyway, what makes these so special, Ryan, is that these aren't just your average ordinary run-of-the-mill sunglasses I could wear walking down the street and protect my eyes from UV rays. As a matter of fact, they're terrible for protecting my eyes against the scourge of UV radiation. They're horrible at it.
Horrible.
Just absolutely dreadful. They actually don't do it at all. Not even
What do they do?
Well, let me tell you what they do. So, here's the thing. There's a lot in the world going on right now I don't want to see.
Right.
I don't
There's
need
a
to
lot
see.
I don't want to see.
It's horrible. Look, it's a dangerous place out there.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's just dog after dog after dog wearing a bandana.
Dogs wearing bandanas.
Like look at this dog here. Look, I have to look I can't see the dogs, you know, and not retch. Like, look at this dog wearing a bandana. It's ridiculous. Why do that to a dog? It's a perfectly happy dog. It's just a dog.
It's got a collar with the tag so you can know whose dog it is, how to contact them, get the dog back to its owner, keep it happy. Mm-hmm. Why do you need a bandana?
And what is this Star Wars nonsense? The dog doesn't care about Star Wars.
The dog's named Chewie, but the dog doesn't know the significance of Chewie.
No.
So why put a Star Wars bandana on Chewie?
Well, here's the deal. I can't stop these people from putting bandanas on their dogs. I've tried. It doesn't work.
No.
It's rude. I'm sorry. That's for Elijah.
That's yeah, it's fine. We got it.
Okay. Anyway, but you know what, Ryan?
Yes, John?
There's a reason I bought sunglasses that don't block UV radiation at all.
And that reason is?
I don't want to see dog bandanas, and now I don't have to. That's why these Big Rays Death Ray bands block all instances of dogs wearing bandanas from your vision.
So if we see another dog wearing a bandana, like for example, this is another picture.
I have no idea what you're talking about
you
because
can't
I'm
see
wearing
that
my
dog?
Death Ray bands. What
That's
dog?
right.
What
Death
bandana?
Ray, Big Ray's Death Ray bands ban the rays of this dog bandana from being seen by your eyes.
Why don't you know what? You give it a shot while I set up for the next bit. Do 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 do.
Well, I don't know if there's any dogs wearing bandanas in this room, but if there are, I can't see them.
Well, you know what? I can see one right now, and it's making me very angry.
Well, then you should wear Big Ray's Death Ray bands.
I should. Well, speaking of Big Ray's Death Ray bands and death, we're moving on to our next segment, which involves guns.
Absolutely. Now, as he mentioned, Big Ray took me out on the range to try a little target shooting.
Oh yeah.
And the first second I had the gun in my sights. Now, John, if you know anything about gun safety, you shouldn't point them towards people like that.
But how are you gonna kill them otherwise?
Well, that's
Think, Ryan. Think.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, within seconds of holding that rifle, I pulled the bolt right off, and as I said, it took near 30 minutes to get it put back on. This is a plastic bolt, and it's attached to the gun. It's not coming off. But Big Ray likes shooting. I like shooting. We like shooting. So we've got Big Ray's shooting gallery behind us.
Is it shooting or shooting?
Shooting gallery. Yes.
Thank you.
So we're going to see who's the better marksman. On the
almost-
targets behind us, we have scorers. So the smaller targets are worth more points. We're going to try to see who gets more points. But behind each target is also a Big Rayism. Something Big Ray has said that is sure to delight the audience. And I think we might all learn a little bit of wisdom from his words as well.
All right. Well, I'm certainly interested in learning some wisdom. It's been a week that's been trying, and I think I need some wisdom to guide me through it. So
Absolutely. So it's your choice which gun you want to use.
I've been reloading this guy. I like a big gun. You know, it makes me feel like a big man. Like I got some power and authority. You know, the bigger the gun, they say, the more authoritative a person is. So
they do say that.
let's go ahead. So we've got 50 points and 100 points.
That's right.
I notice my options aren't. I don't have a lot of leeway. I'm either going for 50 or 100. Do I have to call my shot before I make it?
No, you just have to try to hit a target.
Okay, so. And. Oh,
It's a miss.
It's a miss.
miss. All right.
It's a miss, but I'm almost there, man.
Hey, you got close. No one said it was gonna be easy. All right.
I thought it would be.
So I'm gonna line up my shot. I'm gonna see what I get here. I'm gonna go for a 50 just to get warmed up. Here we go.
That counts. You
That
knocked it
counts. I
off.
knocked it off. All right.
All right, let's see what wisdom Big Ray has for us today.
So the first big Rayism for us is I heard y'all in there cackling like a bunch of hens. Now that I take to mean that people shouldn't gossip.
No.
No, if you got something to say, you should say it to somebody, or hold your peace. You don't want to be cackling in there like a bunch of hens. You want to be straightforward,
You want to be
like
straightforward.
a rooster.
All right. Well, can I get more of that beat, please?
Yeah, 50 points for me.
All right. So I'm gonna go for that 50 points over there.
Go get him, John.
Did hit the same spot exactly.
Did you adjust? Did you try to compensate for your last shot by aiming a little upwards?
No, because I forgot.
All right. Here's me reminding you. Use your previous experience to adjust your aim.
I guess so.
All right. Here we go. So just to give you a little time to catch up, I'm gonna go for 100 that I'm less likely to hit. And it's a miss.
All right.
And it's a miss.
So I'm gonna aim above the target.
All right.
Yay!
All right. First target for John. Even
First
playing
target.
field.
All right.
50 and 50. What does it say?
Little boy, maybe 7, knocks on the door. And Big Ray answers, "What are you selling?" That's what it says.
That's right.
So here's what I take this to mean. Don't knock on someone's door if you're trying to sell something, and especially not if you're a 7-year-old trying to sell something. You'll get yelled at.
Yeah.
Dumb 7-year-old.
All right. So let's see. We're both at 50 points here. We got a few more targets.
All right.
I'm gonna keep going for that 100 that I missed.
What is the prize here?
That's a good question. Hopefully the prize is Big Ray's respect.
All right. Well, let's hope we get it.
And folks at home, by the way, if you still have any stories about the men, if you are the man, would like to share a little bit more, or tell us how poorly we are doing right here, feel free to give us a call, 713-807-1794. All right, here we go. I shot a little too high last time. I'm gonna lower it a bit. Oh, a little too low.
A little too low. Low blow. All right. Not even close.
That was, if I may say, for the third time, the exact same spot.
Yep. I don't learn my lesson, do I?
Why don't you aim for a different target, maybe?
Especially after I already hit that one? I don't know.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna go easy on myself. I'm gonna go for the 50. The music tells me that was a hit.
If the music says it, it's got confirmed hit. That's a voice from the sky.
Alrighty, folks. So the next big Rayism, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Somebody done tapped that ass. That's right. I can't explain that. Big Ray, if you want to explain somebody done tapped that ass, feel free to tell us.
May I suggest that ass in this regard is a donkey, and someone just tapped it and then it just kicked.
I think we can give him a little bit more credit for understanding colloquialisms. I think we all know what we're talking about here. Somebody done tapped that ass.
All right. Well, how many points do you have, and how many points do I have?
I have 50. I have 100, and you have 50.
All right, I gotta go for this 100.
That's right. You got to break off a hundo.
Gotta get that hun done.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh!
Woo!
Big
I wanted
upset,
to
ladies
grab it
and
as I jumped off
gentlemen.
the couch.
That was a great shot. I got to hand it to John. He just pulled 50 points ahead of me.
All right.
And if you could give us the big raism.
This one's pretty spectacular. When the rows are getting short, you're at the end of the field. This one takes a bit. When the rows are getting short, you know you're at the end of the field. When you're walking around and you can see everything, you're out of the field. You're out of the wilderness. You're not in it anymore. Oh. Caller! You're on the air at Space City Chronicles. How you doing tonight?
Hi there.
Howdy. This sounds like
I
Leslie. Leslie, how you doing?
Well, I wanted to explain the context of the Tap That Ass comment.
Please do.
Yeah,
For folks at home, this is the daughter of Big Ray.
This is the scion of Big Ray.
So my dad was trying to explain, this might be offensive to some viewers, he was trying to explain Mary, and he was explaining Immaculate Conception, and he said, somebody done tapped that ass.
And that was our Lord God in the Bible. And it was a magical spirit that did it.
Now, was he
sure
implying
that's
that it
wrong.
wasn't as immaculate as people made it out to be? Or was he saying that it was immaculate tapping?
You might have to ask Big Ray about that.
Well, we did just have him on. We didn't get a chance to ask him, but next time we talk to him, we'll make sure to ask him what he meant about the Immaculate Conception. How was Big Ray at explaining things generally? Is he pretty good?
He's very to the point and honest, very sharp.
Okay, I like that. I like that. All right. Leslie, we've got 300s and 150 on the board. Who do you think's going to win this, Ryan or me?
Well, Ryan's been trained by the master, so...
But he's also failed just as often as I have.
True.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Leslie?
I could tell a Big Ray story. Sounds like you'll need another one.
Do.
Tell us the Big Ray story, Ryan. I think you need to take your next shot. We'll
Absolutely.
listen to the story. Take a shot. We got to keep the contest going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, something about Big Ray is he has a habit of sleep talking and sleepwalking. And one time he watched the Sci-Fi Channel, and there was a movie about aliens. And he woke up in the middle of the night, and he woke up his wife, and he started pulling on her hair because she thought she was an alien.
Oh, God.
And then he went back to bed, and she was like, okay, that was kind of weird. And then she wakes up, and he's peeing on the window, apparently thinking he's trying to get aliens or something. But this keeps happening where my stepmother will tell me stories about all the weird things that Big Ray does thinking he's fighting the aliens.
You know what? You'll be glad he's doing those things when the aliens finally attack, and the only person who knows what to do is Big Ray.
We already have a plan that when the apocalypse happens, we're going to Mississippi.
That's already the
We're
apocalypse.
going to live off the land.
Yeah.
And Big Ray's a man who knows exactly how to do that.
Well,
I wouldn't feel safe with anybody else during the apocalypse.
I would never feel safe in Mississippi at all. Anyway, Leslie, Ryan just hit a 50-pointer, which puts him neck and neck with me. Sudden death. There are 300s left, and I don't know. What are we doing here?
Well, first I need to tell you what's on the back of this. The big raise we got here. A watchdog can't tell time. That's very true. That's very true. A watchdog can't tell time. Ironic, isn't it?
So, Leslie, we're going to let you go because we got to finish this game, but I think those are as good a parting words as anyone's ever going to give you. A watchdog can't tell time. Oh, Lord. I'm going to look over here for a while.
Any final words, Leslie?
I think those are the final words that we got to use.
All right.
I do.
Great. All right. Well, John, it's a tie game. Let's see who can finish.
What is this, soccer?
No. It's not soccer.
That was a terrible joke. All right. Sudden death. If I don't make it, you do, you win. If I make it, you don't, you win. Oh, I got it. All right, so I'm gonna pull this down, but I'm not gonna read it until I'm the winner.
I think you should read it now.
All right, good point. I don't care if the governor gets a hair lip. I'm getting my dog back. You know what, Big Ray, you're right. Who cares if the governor gets a hair lip? You need your dog.
Every man needs his dog.
Every man needs his dog. Yes! 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 I win absolutely nothing other than the privilege of shaking your hand and getting the respect and admiration of Big Ray. All right, well, we got another musical clip. It's gonna be great. One of our favorite bands when they came on, they rocked it. If you're watching it at home, get off your chair, get dancing. After this, we got some thumb wrestling. But first, it's Scuba Diver.
It started with a stain, stand, and manipulate, contagious in the air. Oh, we still awake, but Buster's got a groove. Great, that's nothing new. The fillers and the blanks, that's silly how they don't care to live and groove and fall apart. They laugh and move and miss the mark with fillers and plastic. It's your wasting. Continued with the game, go and participate in house restraint, unable to facilitate, but all they were are bitches on the wall, emotional fall, glass break, let's walk till let's live and groove and fall apart. They laugh and move to miss the mark with fillers and plastic. Oh, it's your wasting. effort can survive its own pressure. Fillers are faster. Let's live and groove and raise a bar. Let's laugh and move to reach the stars with fillers. A plastic. Oh, it's your Wednesday.
Well,
It's good. So.
alright, so here's the deal. This last weekend was Royal Rumble. I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but I watch enough to know that we could easily take it and make it our own. And it's really, it's important this week because this is how we're going to determine who draws next week's episode topic.
That's right.
As you know, we're doing that next week. So, here's some of these.
Okay.
Why don't you run over there?
Yeah.
Go over that way.
All right.
And, we'll get it started. Look, as you know, every episode of Space City Chronicles this season is going to be dictated by someone drawing a topic from a hat. And tonight's winner in the Royal Thumble, the thumb wrestling ring, will win that prize. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people here, so this is going to be kind of ridiculous, which is fine. Ryan will be. We've all got two thumbs, you know. Not to be ableist about this, we all have here, it's a statement of fact, two thumbs. And
You're in the wrong place, Wolf.
what?
You're in the wrong place.
All right. Well, without further ado, the Worldwide Thumb Wrestling Royal Thumble.
Royal Thumble.
Where's the thumb?
I don't know.
Where's the thumb puppet? Where's the fog machine?
Ryan must have all the thumbs.
From all corners of the world, the best have come to Royal Thumble. Who do we got tonight? Who's that coming around the corner? Lioness. Lioness, the king of the jungle, the king of the rumble. Lioness with a heart of gold. Come on, bring him in. Rank him up. And his opponent. Yeah, get over here, get in here, get my sit down. And his opponent, Rudolph.
Oh, Rudolph.
Rudolpho, the Wrangler. Coming in from the North Pole, we got Rudolpho the Wrangler. It's destined to be a match made in H-Town.
You're going up,
No
and
one.
then you're going down.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna throw you out of the Royal Thumble Arena.
It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare myself the Thumb War victor.
Boom. All right. I can't take anymore. Get in the ring. Ah,
When they get in the ring, it's a rowdy match to begin with.
Is he?
They're losing their skins out there.
I think that was 3 seconds, and I think that
I
means
think
I
that was more
win.
than 3 seconds.
Indeed.
Well, I lost the Royal Thumble, fair and square.
That was anticlimactic, but also fun.
Well,
Let's have a Royal Rumble hug to make up. Ah, get you guys!
Yes.
I am supreme.
Yes.
all right.
Now let's go draw next week's topic
Let's draw next week's topic out of the
from
hat.
the hat.
All right, let me get the hat.
From the ring to the hat, let's see what's next.
All right. First of all, you do win another prize.
A prize.
All right, I'd like to present you with the Royal Thumble, the battle belt.
The battle belt. It's mine.
It's yours.
It's all gold. Pure 100% real gold.
Well, we got a little bit of time, so let's review. I mean, I want to take this last few minutes. Say, you know what, Big Ray, I had a great time at your birthday party. It was a low key affair, but that's why I liked it. You know.
And I think he would have liked it too. I mean, the low key part, not necessarily the overall show part. I still don't know how he feels about that.
Yeah, he might not I don't know why. Like the strobe lights and the fog machine, he'd probably be pretty like.
It's wasteful. It's
ridiculous. I like it though.
It's a little much, but I think it works.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and bring let's do this. Whoops.
Let's go over here.
Yeah. Let's get this. All right. So we got this. We got the strobe lights. We got the fog machine. These are good conditions for drawing a hat.
These are fantastic conditions. I feel like this is very important now, whereas previously it was almost completely unimportant.
Well, what kind of topics are you hoping to draw today?
Well, I'm hoping.
Let's see if we can get Young Pope in the ring.
Young Pope.
Young Pope. You want to do another Young Pope scene? Okay.
Wait, but we have to draw it. We can't. We're
right,
getting
well,
ahead of ourselves. All right, let's draw it.
and then we'll close out with Young Pope.
As an animal, I'm hoping
2.5 minutes.
that we get a submission from Tic Tac, friend of the children.
We're gonna put him in a submission hold.
Sure, let's go with that.
All right, I'm excited. Either way, I'm excited.
Hey Ryan, can you hold my prize? Why, sure. Lion-O?
It's Lion-O, I think.
Yeah.
From Thundercats.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
When we
Let's
stop
see what we
shaking.
got. No, I got it.
Right.
All right, bud, here it is. Oh, I'm so excited.
You gotta let him read it though. You can't read it. He's gotta read it.
Next week's submission topic, next week's topic of the episode, or theme, or whatever you want to call it that we're going to do the episode based on is Space City Doggicles. What? I like that just as much as the horse guy.
Space City
Yeah.
Doggicles? All right. Well,
Space City Doggicles.
I'm excited to see what we do for that, but it's not Space City Doggicles yet. We still got one more Ray's birthday. Big Ray's birthday party. Young
Indeed.
Pope.
So to close out, one last scene from the Young
So
Pope.
let's keep it with the strobe lights and the flash machine, and the fog machine. I'll emerge from the curtain. Dang, Young Pope, this is the greatest rave ever.
Isn't it?
All the Catholic parties are the best parties, Young Pope.
Absolutely they are. And even though there's a lot of smoke in here, I still gotta smoke my cigarette.
I know, you gotta smoke your cigarette, but guess what I'm not doing at this fun party?
What aren't you doing?
Having premarital sex.
That's fantastic!
Yay! Young Pope! Young Pope!
He's not old. He's Young Pope. He doesn't like things that Catholics don't like. 'Cause he's still a Pope. But he's young. And he's got muscles and desires. So he's Young Pope. So that's a conflict. His character will resolve. Because he's Young Pope. He's Young Pope. He's not old Pope. He's Young Pope. He's not a rabbi. He's a Pope. He's Young Pope. He's Young Pope. Smoke a cigarette. Young Pope. He's got the Swiss flags. Take him away!
Young Pope is the greatest Pope because he's not that old. He's the greatest Pope who ever lived around here. Alright then. This is a weird episode.
Yeah. That it is.
Oh well. I
Hell.
like Big Ray's call though.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
We're a lot of fun. Like the.
Help!
You need help getting up?
Help!
Hold on. Don't help him up yet. Get
What?
a shot of him first.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Chuck.
Damn it.
I think we can just get him. Are you cool with that, Chuck?
Oh, well, we can't do it.
Do it.
Back there.
Do it.
Should I pick it up or take the shot?
Take the shot.
Should I get out of the way?
Let me get out of the way.
Young Pope.
Young Poe.
Young Pope.
All right, we got it.
Not old Poe.
Not old Pope.
You got what?
We got the shot of Chuck.
From where? Oh.
From there.
Whoa! What's your cord there, bud?
Oh, me aching. Grit your belly aching.
My money.